monologue. Only the lady is talking here. She is not expecting anybody to give the answer here. So this way it is a rhetorical question. Poison is so very effective, so very strong that she doesn't even feel the pain. She just drops dead. As soon as she consumes it, maybe 30 seconds, she will just fall down. Imagery is used to make the readers imagine something that is felt by the five senses. Fial is actually a small cylindrical glass bottle used to store some potions. Hello everyone, I am Dr. Shalini, Professor of English, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. Today we are here to understand one of the poems prescribed by University of MYSURU for 2nd Sem B.Ca. We are going to understand about the laboratory. It's a wonderful poem, very interesting poem. So today's poem is the poem written by Robert Browning, that is The Laboratory. Let us see what is there in today's session. We are going to introduce you to the poet, then the theme, we'll understand the summary, then we'll go on to the literary devices and the new words that are there in the poem. So let's begin with the introduction of the poet. So he is Robert Browning and he was also a Victorian poet. You have already read the first poem, How Do I Love Thee, isn't it? So this poem is written by the husband of Elizabeth Browning. Fine. She has written that poem, that is How Do I Love Thee, in memory of Robert Browning, who was her husband. So here he is a Victorian poet. He was a very famous poet during this Victorian era and he was an English poet and a playwright too. He used to write a lot of plays that were staged on the stage. He also is famous for dramatic monologues. His My Last Duchess poem is very famous for the dramatic monologue. Monologue is nothing but one person speaks and the other people or another person listens. Fine, that is called as a monologue. If both of them are speaking, it is called as dialogue. So he was actually very famous for his dramatic monologues, wonderful playwright also. So this was a very short introduction of Robert Browning. So let us now start with the theme of this poem. This poem actually deals with jealousy, death, envy, then revenge. The major themes of this poem are these. So what is there in this poem which deals with so many themes we need to understand? The poem talks about the revengeful attitude of a lady who intends to kill another woman. So you already know that there is actually a proverb which everybody knows, that jealousy thy name woman. So woman is actually basically jealous is what others talk about. That is a proverb which is there. But here it goes true. Here Robert Browning writes about the jealousy that is there between a woman and another one. So this jealousy is actually expressed by only one woman here. She is filled with hatred and wants to kill the lady. For that purpose, she is making a poison in order to achieve the goal. So she wants to achieve the goal by preparing a poison in the laboratory, and this poem is all about that laboratory. So let us start with the first stanza of this poem. Now that I, trying thy glass make tightly, may gaze through this faint smokes through curling whitely, as thou pliest thy trade in this devil's smithy, which is the poison to poison her prithee. So here you can see the rhyming words, fine, tightly, whitely, smithy, prithee. So this actually follows a rhyme scheme. Okay, there is a rhyme scheme here. So it ends in the end of the line only. The sentence looks complete at the end of the line. Now that I trying thy glass mask tightly. So she is trying to put the mask very tightly so that she doesn't get that smell of the poison or the contents what she is using to prepare the poison. May gaze through these faint smokes curling whitely. So through these smokes, like she wants to gaze and look at the poison that is being prepared. So she is very excited actually in order to prepare the poison. That hatred in her heart is making her prepare this poison. As thou pliest thy trade in this devil's smithy. So she's talking about that mentality of hers. So this devil's smithy she's talking about means she's talking about the presence of that hatred in that laboratory. She feels that this laboratory, since she is preparing the poison there, she is talking about it like a devil's place, a place where devil resides. Okay, so which is the poison to poison her, Priti? So she is talking to herself. She is asking which is the poison to poison her. So here you can see one is used as a noun and another one is used as a verb. It is an infinitive form of the verb to poison, but she is trying to use it as a verb there. Fine. So poison and poison. So she is talking about one poison that can be used to poison her. He is with her and they know that I know where they are and what they do. They believe my tears flow. While they laugh at me fled to the drear empty church to pray God in front of them. I am here. So she is expressing her feelings here. The lady who is preparing the poison is expressing her feelings here. He is with her. So she is talking about a person who is with the other lady whom she intends to kill. And they know that I know. So she is talking about the person who is with her and she knows that he is with her and everybody knows that she also knows that that person is with her. So this is something little kind of confusion that she is trying to create. That is the poet is trying to create here. Where they are, what they do. So she is aware of where they are and what they are doing. That means she is observing those two very closely. She has information about their whereabouts. Fine. What they are doing, where they are. So everything she knows there. They believe my tears flow while they laugh. So she feels that, she assumes that when they are happy, they are laughing at me. Whenever they are laughing, the only reason for them to laugh, make fun of is me. So when they do that, they believe that my tears flow, means when they are looking at me and making fun of me and laughing at me, then they feel that I'm crying. They believe that my tears flow. That means I am a subject for their fun. I am a subject for them to laugh at me. So that is what she is trying to tell. At me fled to the drear empty church to pray God in. For them I am here. So they are praying to God, but I am here. They have gone to the church there to pray to God, but I am here in the laboratory cooking something else. So she is trying to tell that they have gone to the God, but I am here in the devil's place. So they have gone to something positive, but I have come here to turn that into a negative thing. So that is what she is trying to say. Here the poet narrates the incident here, but in the eyes of the lady who is trying to kill the other lady. Grind away, moisten and mash up thy paste, pound at thy powder, I am not in haste. Better sit thus and observe thy strange things than go where men wait me and dance at the king's. So she is trying to tell the process, okay, how she is trying to prepare the poison. So she is grinding it. Moisten means she is mixing it with water and making it like a paste. Pound at thy powder. So she is pounding the powder. What is pounding? Just take a very heavy some material and you put everything in one place and you pound it. Pound it means to beat so that it becomes powder. Fine. So pound at thy powder. I am not in haste. Haste, in a hurry. I am not at all in a hurry. I have enough time. I want to do this job very perfectly, is what she is telling. Better sit thus and observe thy strange things. So you better sit and observe what and all strange things are happening here, than go where men wait me and dance at the king's. So she doesn't want to go and sit at the place where others are waiting for her. She doesn't want to go to the king's place and she doesn't want others to watch her dance at the king's. Instead, she wants to sit here at the laboratory and observe how the poison is being prepared. So that is what she prefers. That means you can understand she is giving importance to which work of hers. She doesn't want to have amusement. She doesn't want to keep herself happy, but instead she wants to kill somebody, and that is why she is preparing a poison and she is more interested in getting the poison prepared. So her work is now she is concentrating more on the negative part of it. So this is what she is trying to say here. Next stanza. That in the mortar you call it a gum. Ah, the brave tree whence such gold oozings come. And yonder soft field, the exquisite blue, sure to taste sweetly, is that poison too. Here she is talking about the poison which is very sweet. Means she is talking about the ingredients that are added over here. That in the mortar you call it gum. So she's adding this mortar, that is gum also, something like a gum kind of a thing. And the brave tree when such gold oozings come. That means she's talking about the gum, okay. So where the gold oozings means how the gum comes out in trees, that is golden color, isn't it? So that is so very beautiful to look at, isn't it? It is very attractive to look at. If you have seen any gum tree that wherein the gum oozes out from the stem, at all there is a place. If you happen to see this latex and all, they are not attractive, but gums that come out of trees, they are very attractive. They'll be like gems. Fine, very colorful, golden color that will be there. So that is very attractive. And yonder soft field, the exquisite blue. And you can see the soft field that is exquisite blue in color. So she's talking about the gold oozings, that is the golden color, and the blue color which is there. So if at all you look at them, they are sure to taste sweetly. But how can you call that a poison? So poison, usually nobody has seen the taste, but it seems it is bitter. But here the way she is talking, the ingredients she is adding, that makes her start feeling that they are so beautiful to look at, they are so attractive to look at, but still they make a poison. Is that even possible? Is that poison too? Is the question she is asking. So here she is talking about the way in which the ingredients that are added, the way in which the poison is being prepared. Had I but all of them, thee and thy treasures, what a wild crowd of invisible pleasures! To carry pure death in an earring, a casket, a signet, a fan, mount, a filigree basket. So she is talking about where she can carry this means of death. Fine. So had I but all of them, if at all she had everything, like the treasures or the invisible pleasures. Though she had everything, she would carry poison in every small thing. So which and all she could carry poison, that is in an earring, a casket, a signet, a fan mount, or maybe a filigree basket. Filigree basket is a kind of basket that you can see. So she's talking about even though she had so many pleasures, so many treasures, she would prefer carrying this poison in any small thing, and she would try to kill the lady because she wants to give it to that lady in all possible ways wherein one or the other will be successful. Soon at the king's a mere lodging to give, and Pauline should have just 30 minutes to live. So this may be the name of the lady she is intending to kill. Fine. So Polly should have just 30 minutes to live. That means she has only 30 minutes to survive after the poison is administered. But to light pastille, and Elise with her head and her breast and her arms and her hands should drop dead. See, you can see hatred she has towards that lady. She is talking about each and every organ should drop dead. That means she is not talking about the person's soul. She is not talking about the whole lady, but she is talking about each and every organ should drop dead. That means like a few people will have so much of hatred that they cut the body and all. So they show their hatred on the dead body also. Isn't it? So here this can be compared to that. So here she is talking about each and every organ to be dead. That means she is talking about somebody whom she desperately wants to kill. So this shows her hatred. To what extent she is carrying the hatred is what being explained over here. So each and every organ should die means she wants her to die at any cost. So that is what she is trying to express over here. Quick, is it finished? The colors too grim. Why not soft like the fields, enticing and dim? Let it brighten her drink, let her turn it and stir, and try it and taste ere she fix and prefer. So the color has become too grim, means it is not very attractive now. So she is asking, is it finished? The color has become too grim. Why not soft like the fields? So she is talking about the fields color there. Enticing and dim. Enticing and dim means it should be a little more attractive. It is dim now. Let it brighten her drink. When that is added to her drink, it has to brighten her drink. She should not feel that something is added. She should not feel that this drink is not bright, so I should not have it. Nothing like that. It should actually brighten her drink. Let her turn it and stir. The lady who is planning to kill is trying to tell others that she has to look at her drink and she has to stir. So that looking at that brightness, she feels that she has to drink. She should feel that she has to drink it. And try it and taste. She has to try that. She has to taste it at any cost. Ere she fix and prefer. So here she is trying to tell that at any cost she should feel too attracted towards the drink to which this is added, and she should drink and she should fall dead. She should drop dead. What a drop! She is not little, no minion like me. That's why she ensnared him. This never will free. The soul from those masculine eyes say no to that pulse is magnificent, come and go. Here the narrator, that is the lady who is talking about a man who is attracted to her. Probably that man was attracted to this lady first and later he has gone to the lady who she is intending to kill. So she is talking about him over here. What a drop, she is not little, no minion like me. That means she is not as ugly as this lady. Maybe she is very short or tiny or something like that. She is not like that. She is much prettier than this lady who is here, who is the narrator. That's why she ensnared him. That is the reason he got attracted to her. That's why she captivated him. This never will free the soul from those masculine eyes. Only this attraction does not save her from death. That masculine eyes will say no. Means the man who is attracted to her, he will say when her soul is gone, when she drops dead, then he just shouts no to that pulse magnificent, come and go. So that pulse comes and goes means that heartbeat which is going, okay, that is coming and going, means when somebody is dying, that pulse comes and goes, right? So you can hardly feel the pulse when that person is dying. So for that, this person, this man who is attracted to her will start feeling that she shouldn't have gone. That attraction is there. No, even that will not save this lady is what she is trying to say here. For only last night, as they whispered, I brought my own eyes to bear on her, so that I thought, could I keep them 1/2 minute fixed, she would fall, shriveled, she fell not, yet this does it all. So here she is talking about last night. Fine. So that last night they whispered, I brought my own eyes to bear on her. So for the last time she is going to see her is what she is trying to say. That I thought. So what is she thinking there during that last time? I keep them 1/2 minute fixed. Means she is giving time for them to spend that last minute. Okay, last 1.5 minute they may be fixed there. After that she would fall. They speak for 1.5 minute and after that she'll fall down there. And how will she fall? Shriveled means without any life she'll just fall off. She fell not. If at all she doesn't fall also, this poison will do everything. So this poison will make it happen is what she is trying to say here. So the other thing you should observe over here is, though there is a rhyme scheme over here, okay, fall and all are rhyming, you can see that the sentence doesn't end over here. For only last night, as they whispered, I brought my own eyes. So the sentence is continuous over here. Fine. Though there is rhyme scheme here, you can see enjambment. Enjambment, you know, the literary device that we have already seen. Okay. So there is rhyme scheme here, but still there is enjambment here. Not that I bid you spare her the pain, let death be felt and the proof remain. Brand burn up, bite into its grace, he is sure to remember her dying face. So here the lady is talking about the pain which she doesn't undergo. So here this poison is so very effective, so very strong that she doesn't even feel the pain. She just drops dead. As soon as she consumes it, maybe 30 seconds, she will just fall down immediately. Let death be felt. Death has to be felt by her. Means she should know, at least for 30 seconds, she should know that she is dying, but she should not feel the pain. Fine, she will not feel the pain, she will be dead, she will experience death. The proof will remain, means the dead body will be there in front of that man. Brand, burn up, bite into its disgrace. So she is trying to create some literary effect here. So that's why the poet has used few words over here. Into its grace, he is sure to remember her dying face. So that lady is dying in front of him. Here they spend 1.5 minutes together. Immediately after that she will fall down dead and he will surely remember the dying face of that lady. Dying face of his beloved is what she is trying to say over here. So how much of vengeance she has towards that other lady? Okay, only because she has got the man whom she was liking. Maybe that is a reason for which she is wanting to kill the lady. Is it done? take my mask off. So now she's talking about the poison. Take my mask off. Initially, she has put a mask, right? She didn't want to inhale that fumes and all because she thought that she also might lose her life. Take my mask off. Nay, be not, Moras. It kills her and this prevents seeing it close. The delicate droplet my whole fortune's fee. If it hurts her, beside, can it ever hurt me? So she is talking about the poison there. Fine, it will kill her, isn't it? The poison will kill and this prevents seeing it close. So I am not going to see it closely. What is preventing her from seeing it close? Because of the mask. Okay, so that's why she's asking them to take the mask off. The delicate droplet, that means the poison, one drop of poison, my whole fortune's fee. That means I have kept my whole fortune is at stake. That means I have kept everything at stake and I have prepared this poison. If it hurts her, if this poison is hurting her or if the situation is hurting her, beside, can it ever hurt me? It will hurt me also, isn't it? Whenever you are doing something, you are not free from the consequences of whatever you are doing, isn't it? That means here she is killing her, she is killing somebody. That means that will in turn affect her. Here actually she is referring to the poison, but in between the lines if you read, something which you do for others, something harm you do for others, that will actually harm you also, isn't it? So this way she is trying to say that it is going to hurt me also. Now take all my jewels, gorge gold to your fill. You may kiss me, old man, on my mouth if you will. She is talking to the person whom she has asked to prepare the poison. Fine. Take all my jewels. So now my whole fortune is here, right? The whole fortune, whatever I have is yours because you have prepared the poison for me. Take all my jewels, gorge gold to your fill. Gorge gold means whatever she has got, the pure gold, to your fill means you take it for yourself. You may kiss me. She's ready to go to any extent. She's ready to sacrifice herself. She's ready to submit herself to the old man here. You may kiss me, old man, on my mouth if you will. But brush this dust off me, lest horror it brings. Now, she is thinking that this, whatever she is doing, whatever crime she is committing will hurt her in one or the other way. So, more or less like karma, like whatever you do bad to others, that will come back to you. Okay, that is one of the sentences I can tell you. And if at all you have read this Macbeth's story by Shakespeare, this reminds me of that. Lady Macbeth kills one of the kings and though she washes her hand, she could not get rid of the smell. This one, Lady Macbeth says that all the perfumes of Arabian Nights cannot wash this blood off my hand. That means that crime actually that has got into her heart. She is not able to get rid of the memories. So same thing here also this lady is facing. But brush this dust off me means just take off this crime to me. I am ready to give you anything, but I just want to get rid of this memory from me. I just want to get rid of this work what I am doing. At the same time, I don't want to stay away from killing her, but I want to do this. Still, I don't want to take it on me, lest horror it brings. If not, it will start scaring me. It will be a horror in my life. Ere I know it, next moment I dance at the king's. My conscience is hurting. The moment I get rid of it from my consciousness, I'll start dancing at the king's. Means I'll go back to my work normally is what she talks about over here. Fine. But she is feeling very guilty that she is killing a lady. She is not able to get rid of that crime, the feeling of crime what she is there. She is not able to get rid of the guilt that she is facing. So she is requesting the person, she is begging the person who is prepared the poison to take away everything, whatever she has. She is ready to sacrifice herself also in order to get rid of the guilt what she has in her heart. So she tells all this to the old man now. So this was the total summary of the laboratory. So whether she kills the lady or not is not given, but only the preparation of poison only it is given, and she is not able to get rid of the guilt when she is preparing the poison only while she thinks about the after effects. So only that much is given, and you need to read this poem in order to experience the guilt what she is experiencing. What does she feel about the feeling of killing another person is what she is feeling. Fine. So we have few literary devices that we have to understand here. First thing, we have assonance. Assonance, you already know, it's a repetition of vowel sounds. Repetition of consonant sounds is called as consonance. Repetition of vowel sounds is called as assonance. And here you can see a sound is repeated. A, E, I, O, U. A is one of the sounds of either A or E. So here you can see let it brighten her drink. So a sound is repeated here, and that is why it is assonance. And also oi sound is repeated, that is vowel sound. It's a syllable here, poison, that is repetition. Fine. So this was assonance. Then we have alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of same sounds in the beginning of the word. Fine. So the sounds of G and M, that is G and M, is repeated. Okay. So here you can see jewels, gorge, gold to your fill. So this is repeated, and M also is repeated here. You may kiss me, M sound is repeated here. Fine. Old man on my mouth. So again M sound is repeated. So this is alliteration. It has to be in the beginning only. If it is in the middle, it will become consonants. If it is in the beginning, it will become alliteration. If it is a vowel sound that is repeating, it becomes assonance. So then we have consonants also. Consonants is the repetition of consonant sounds. Need not be in the beginning, it can be in the middle also. So here you can see the sound of R and T is repeated here. So, but the brush, A sound, as I told you, fine. So the brush is also repeated here. Horror, R sound, brings, R sound. Again, lest horror, dust of me, T sound is also repeated. So this comes under consonants. Then we have enjambment. As I told you, the sentence doesn't end in the end of the line. It continues to the next line also. Here you can see, but brush this dust off me, lest horror it brings, here I know it. So this is one example. I already told you another example also, isn't it? You find many enjambment literary device in this poem here. Then we have imagery. Imagery is a very wonderful literary device. Imagery is used to make the readers imagine something that is felt by the five senses. So here you can see, and her breast and her arms and her hands should drop dead. You can imagine a person just falling dead, isn't it? So that imagination can be created here. Water drop, she is not a little, not minion like me. So you can imagine a bigger, the body of hers, bigger built. To carry pure death in a earring, a casket. So you can imagine small things wherein you can carry something. Fine. So that earring, the casket, that you can imagine over here. So all these, when you read, you imagine those things. So that comes under imagery. Then we have metaphor. Metaphor is also a figure of speech. So this is a comparison made between objects. Actually, simile is something which is similar. This one, metaphor, it's a comparison made between objects that are different. Fine. Something like this, devil's smithy, to show that the speaker is engaged in devilish act. So here devil's smithy, the place where devil lives, that is devilish act she wants to say. Fine. So as thou pliest thy trade in devilish smithy. Poet is trying to show that she is involved in this devilish act. That means she is involved in all bad acts here. Okay, so this is another literary device. Then at last we have this rhetorical question. What is rhetorical question? It is a question wherein the poet asks the readers, or it is cited in the poem, for which no answer can be expected. Narrator doesn't intend to get an answer, but she is just asking it in order to, just for the sake of asking, not for the sake of getting an answer. So here rhetorical question is a question that is not asked in order to receive an answer. As I told, it is just posed to make the point clear. So here you can see, if it hurts her beside, can it ever hurt me? Why not soft like the fields, enticing and dim? So here she is just asking a question. She doesn't ask anybody to give an answer. This is actually more or less a monologue. Only the lady is talking here. She is not expecting anybody to give the answer here. So this way it is a rhetorical question. These were the literary devices that were there, and let us move on to the new words that we saw in the poem here. So casket, a small ornamental box here. So this ornamental box, it is more or less like a very small, similar to the makeup box. Fine, there you carry all the jewels and all, and there it is called as a casket. Then we have signet. It is actually a very small seal. Usually it will be like in olden days kings used to have it. In the ring, kings used to have a seal and they used to put it, and that is called as a signet. Fine. Signature, signet, more or less the same. That signet actually carries the same value like a signature. Fine. Then we have filigree. It was referred to the basket which had this delicate work. Okay. So something embossing and engraving kind of work will be done on the basket, and that is called as a filigree basket. Phial is actually a small cylindrical glass bottle used to store some potions. Means nowadays you get this some glass bottles wherein you can store the perfumes, right? So this is called as a phial. Then we have ensnare. Ensnare is to catch, or maybe like in a trap. That is the man who was trapped by her beauty. There she uses this word ensnare. Ensnare means to keep him, to captivate somebody. Fine. Then shriveled. Shriveled is very shrunken or very weak, very dried kind of thing. So here that lady falls down shriveled, isn't it? That means she is wrinkled, and shrunken means she doesn't have any life, she just falls like that, is what she talks here. Then morose, it is ill-tempered, means a person who is not at all patient. Then we have gorge, a narrow valley between hills and mountains. So that gorge, gold she refers to, isn't it? Gold that was got in the valleys and all. So that she is talking about over here. Then we have lest, to avoid the risk of, means if not, something like that. Okay, lest it brings horror means if not it brings horror. So lest means if not, you can substitute that for that. So these were the new words that we saw in the poem. So this was a very wonderful poem, long enough, but read each and every word in order to understand the hatred that the woman is expressing towards the other lady who has snatched her guy from her. So this was the whole summary. First go through the recorded lecture, then go through the poem. You will be able to understand it better because you will be already knowing the summary and you will be guided in a proper way in order to understand the poem. So let us meet again in another more interesting poem, children. Till then, keep learning. Take care. Thank you for your time. See you soon. Bye-bye.